What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Twisted Life of TV. I am Poetry. You are here for Travel and Talk Tuesday. I was trying something new, but I guess when I'm on filming, this camera does not let me flip back and forth. My other camera that I think gives better picture quality, my SD card is full because I still got all the pictures from my trip in there that I haven't taken off the phone. Child, I had an experience. I learned on this trip here the difference between going on vacation and going on an adventure. Because this was an adventure. We did not stop and sit down good for long. But when we did come back, baby, we was out, sleep. We ain't discussed the day, nothing. We was out. So, myself, my daughter, and her friend, we all decided to go to Utah, baby, Utah. We were supposed to go horseback riding and all that stuff. We didn't do no horseback riding. And that's only because Keena's friend has a medical condition that wasn't allowing us to actually ride. So we didn't even bother to look because we wanted to do things jointly. We didn't want to just go off on our own and do stuff. Give me a second, y'all. I'm looking for something to put on my lips. Let me tell you, I've been wearing Fenty for 2 weeks straight. And I love Fenty colors. But it's drying the fuck out of my lips. My lips so fucking cracked up. And only reason why I'm finna put something on right now because I don't have anything else in my purse. I cleared damn near everything out of my purse. So I don't even have any of my honey butter lip gloss or my lip gloss. I don't have none of my own stuff in my purse right now. But this is drying the fuck. Look at my lips. Look, I've been smoking crack. And I just been wearing Fenty. I love the colors. That's all I can say is I love the colors. But it don't love me back. It don't love me back. So, people kept asking me over and over, what the hell y'all finna do in Utah? I mean, that was the most popular question that we had from everybody. What was going to do in Utah? We didn't know. That's the only thing we had planned was the horseback riding. And we had planned on doing a hike. Okay. Well, we did get the hike in. We just didn't do the horseback riding. It was so fun, child. It was so fun. Now, how we got there, I remember once upon a time, me and Sad Scales was talking about Utah. We both watched 90 Day Fiance. And if you familiar with the characters on there was a girl named Kalani and her husband, Swillo, I think, that were on the show. They lived in Utah. And they would show little small scenes of it. And I'm thinking, oh my God, that's so pretty. Well, I'm going to go to Utah one day. So I remember me and Sass mentioning we were going to go to Utah one day. Well, a couple months ago, my daughter and her friend were joking about going to Utah. They were supposed to be planning a trip to LA, and then her friend said as a joke, I don't want to go to LA. I want to go to Utah. And she was watching something on TV too that had I think Utah in it. I don't know if it was Salt Lake City. But she saw something on TV too that gave her the idea to go to Utah. Well, of course, my daughter was like, we ain't going to no doggone Utah. So they called me in there. I said, they called my mama. They called me in there to break the tie to see where we was going to go. And when I came in, I was like, yeah, let's go to Utah. So that's how we ended up there, y'all. That's how we ended up there. We ended up going to Salt Lake City. I have to tell you that Salt Lake City is less country than I thought it was going to be. I don't know why I thought that we was going to be down on the range. It was going to be totally rural for the whole thing. I know Salt Lake City is a bigger city, but I still didn't think it to be like it was. It is a growing city. They are doing a lot of building, and because of the mountains that are there, they got it built up. So it's a lot of high-rise apartments going up. I seen a few homes being put in, like single-family homes, but for the most part, it was a lot of apartments. And the city looked weird as shit because it looked like whenever they develop these apartments, when the next developer come in, it may be a few years later, and the style of home has changed, the look. So they build a different style of home, and everything looks different. There's no cookie cutter shit there at all. Well, and that's not true. It was some cookie cutter places that was there, and you could tell, and they had been there forever. But now it looks like so new. Okay. Um. Now, I didn't see Kalani and Asuelo. I was gonna look for the ice cream shop that he worked in, but I decided against it. So I didn't see them, but I did see some other Samoans on the plane. Kalani and Asuelo was a Samoan. I did see some on the plane, baby, and I think I almost got married. It was once one of these damn Samoans walked through that damn plane, and I was like, "You fine, bro." Do y'all know who the Usos are in wrestling? The twins. Who Roman Reigns is a Samoan. We know that The Rock is a Samoan. Who else? It's another big female wrestler that's out there that's a Samoan. I think they all kin to each other. They like all cousins. What was his name? The actor, Jason Momoa. You know, all them are related. They're all cousins. All the ones I just named, they're all cousins. Okay, so in the wrestling world, there's a team called the Usos. Them brothers fine as fuck. And one of them damn Samoans on that, they actually, the people all look like they was kin to the Usos. But one of them looked just like him. Now, I know it wasn't him because we was on Southwest Airlines, and I'm quite sure they'd probably find some more that got like at least first class, you know, instead of paying to sit at the front of the plane, and ain't no different than sitting at the back of the plane. So I'm quite sure it wasn't him, but baby, he was fine as hell. I found myself stern, my jaw dropped, everything, y'all. I was like, as he came walking through, and he caught my eye, and he looked down at me, and he smiled, and he was like, "How you doing, man?" I was like, "How you doing, sir?" I was staring so hard at his fine ass. Oh my Jesus. It was about 15 of them, though, that came through the plane. And I know when we went back home, one of the guys and one of the girls that was with them, they flew back to Orlando with us. But baby, so I'm telling you, they got to be kids. They might be kids to the Usos. I know one of the Usos actually live here in Orlando. The one that's married, damn, I can't think of her name. The black girl Trinity. The one that's married to the black girl Trinity. Are they still married? Anywho, yeah, they lived here in Orlando. I remember that because she was from Orlando originally. I used to watch WWE Next, whatever. Anywho, child. So we get off the plane. It's this beautiful mountain views everywhere. Now, because of the time of year we went, there was no snow-capped mountains, but there was beautiful mountain views everywhere. I don't care where you went in that city. You got somebody on my ass. He just jumped over from the fast lane to come back here and jump on my ass in the slow lane. I don't care where you went in that city, child. No matter where you went, when you turned around, you could go at a full 360 circle, and you still had mountain views to the front of you, to the left of you, right into the back of you, mountain views all day long. There was one day that we had like a storm come in, and we saw the fog rush in early, and it kind of covered the mountains slightly, but not much. The people up in the mountains was probably really affected the most by that fog. But from where we was downtown Salt Lake City, it was just, you still had a view, but it was just a little bit more cloudier than it was when we got like a little further on the outskirts of the city. You can see where surprisingly, when you get on the outskirts closer to the mountains, it was more foggier. Where more people live, where more residential people live, it's more foggier as far as the view itself. But it was fucking gorgeous. Like every time we walked past the window, one of three of us said, "Oh my God, the views." I mean, that's what my phone is for. I got over 500 pictures in this. Probably, I said 300. My daughter said she had 500. Ain't no telling how many her friend had. We got a lot of effing pictures of Salt Lake. The views were fucking gorgeous, child. Well, let me tell you, our plane rides was pretty smooth. I think we just had like a minor 10-15 minute delay at the most trying to get there. We had a layover in Nashville. Now we decided to go to Blake Shelton. Now I know the country singer who was on The Voice for many years. They're married to Gwen Stefani. Blake Shelton, I think he was named Sexiest Man Alive in one of the People magazines one year. Anywho, we went to his spot in Nashville called Redbone. I believe he may have two. I know it's a Redbone here. He opened up one here in Orlando. And the food was pretty okay. Pretty okay ain't a good description. The food was decent. It wasn't nasty. I didn't turn away from it. The barbecue sauce on the food that I had was nasty, but the food itself, sans the barbecue sauce, was okay, decent. The best thing about the Redbone was this young man that was singing. I posted up a couple clips of him on Instagram, so if you want to run onto my Instagram page and see that, he was singing his little country heart out, baby. His twang was twanging, but he had that buttery smooth voice with the twang. Oh my God. He was doing he was singing a lot of songs that I knew. I didn't realize, but I do like country. I love country music. I was going to say, I don't know why I knew all these country songs. I like country music. So there was a lot of songs that I knew. Myself, my daughter, her friend, and then the two chicks, no, my other friend wasn't there. Myself, my daughter. And then it was two chicks next to us. We were the only black people in the whole establishment. In an airport, which wasn't that many of us in the airport now, think about it. I mean, in Nashville, there was a lot of us in the airport, but there was only 4 of us in this restaurant. Maybe because it was the Redbone and it was a country restaurant and it had the live dude playing or whatever the music, and a lot of black people tend to shy away from country music. But we went in there, and I don't know how we ended up sitting next to the black people. They did not seat us. We sat ourselves. But we probably just drawn to them. So I think they thought we was all together. But the dude started singing. And he's singing a lot of country songs that, me and my daughter, we know the words to, so we singing. I said he had a nice little sultry voice and everything. Then this motherfucker turned around and mixed Dolly Parton, 9 to 5, with Bruno Mars, 24 Karat. Baby, it went so hard. Oh, talking about a fucking turn up. We turned up at that table. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm singing my 9 to 5. My daughter singing 24 Karat. The girls next to us got to the 24 Karat. Then he slipped into some Nelly. I want to take my clothes off. It's getting hot in here. This dude was singing, child. He was a one-man band. He had his little sound machine. He was going. We was turned up in the airport. We turned the rest of the restaurant, I think, up. There was another white lady and her husband sitting next to us outside of the restaurant. You would have thought you was at a concert. Because we was singing our butts off. All three tables together, baby. We was having a good time with that lady and her husband, the 2 other girls next to us. We was singing. I had to go up there and give my homeboy a tip so he could sing, Tennessee Whiskey for me. He did Tennessee Whiskey in this so slow, sexy. I love the way, anytime I hear people sing Tennessee Whiskey, it don't matter. I just love it. I ain't found one person yet that went wrong singing that song and their version of it. This old man, you need to go home and park, get you a driver. Every time he almost run up to the back of me, then he gonna look away at his damn computer and shit. Oh, fuck. The objects in front of you are closer than they appear, sir. Okay, anywho. Let me get out the airport. The dude was good. Like I said, we had a nice little. Our flight wasn't too bad. So we kept on, keep it on. Got to our hotel. I wasn't too thrilled with our hotel. It was nice looking. I'm gonna give it that. It was very nice looking inside. It was clean. But what was fucked up was the staff, or the guy who was at the desk when we checked in. This motherfucker didn't look at us in our face. He was like real short. First of all, we couldn't even get in the fucking door. Okay, and we stand at the door, we waving our hand at the little automatic door, ain't moving, and he just standing there looking at us. Bitch, open the fucking door. Okay? It took him about 10 minutes to open the door, and he tell us we need a room key. Motherfucker, we checking in, we ain't got no goddamn room key. But the rest of the time we was there, when he wasn't there, the people at the damn desk would always open the door for the guests. Just this particular one wasn't doing it. I know we didn't look like the bums that was across the street. Speaking of the bums that was across the street, baby, another problem with the hotel. We were on Skid Row. If y'all ever been to LA, y'all ever drove down Skid Row, y'all know what I'm talking about. That was the entire environment around the hotel on every side. This hotel was dead center in the center of Skid Row. We stayed at the Homewood Suites because we got a 2-bedroom hotel. Like I said, the hotel itself inside was nice, but outside we felt like we was gonna walk around downtown, which is why we got a hotel downtown, so we could walk around and experience downtown. We did not feel comfortable walking around downtown, and not to say that homeless people gonna attack you or rob you or whatever, but it was so many that gave off that vibe that I didn't feel comfortable. Y'all know I'm a thug, I'm a G. I didn't feel comfortable walking around downtown. Before we had got there, Keena friend had walked to Target, and she was like, "No, we can't walk no more." And she's used to walking. She's like from she lives in the Maryland area, and she walks all the time around the area, walk to and from work. So distance ain't a thing for her. But yeah, she didn't feel comfortable herself walking because we was cute, and she was wearing some outfits. We was cute, okay. So we didn't want to be harassed. But like where we could have parked in the parking garage. It was only gonna be like $10 to park, right? Parking on the street was cheaper, and we was coming and going. So, but there was like homeless people all around your car. I gave one food and the water and stuff like that, and I think she was keeping an eye on our car the whole time. But like the police cleared them off the street every once in a while, so they wasn't out there often. There was a mission around the corner, so it was like a mission. That whole street with a mission. It was lined up. The whole little divide in the middle of the street was lined up with tents, and that whole thing came around the corner to where we was at the hotel. Our hotel didn't even have their own Wi-Fi. They were using the fucking Wi-Fi from the hotel across the street. The Rio Grande. The hotel, they were using their Wi-Fi. And then, so around our building, homeless people lined up. And across at the Rio Grande, I think the Rio Grande was like a hotel for homeless. They got a couple bucks here and there, they can go there and stay. Because it didn't look like, if you don't ever book the Rio Grande at all, y'all, for real. And then, so down the street, all the way to the corner, and then turn to the right, all the way down that street, just more tents of homeless people, all in that one area. So we were literally driving everywhere, which wasn't far, because that's all we had to do is drive around where the homeless people were staying, which was actually 3-4 minutes from the hotel, something we could have walked. They had an urban arts festival there. I don't think I got any pictures of the Urban Arts Festival. Wasn't nothing urban about it. I don't know how they define an urban. I don't think there was maybe 2 minorities. As far as cultural, 2 minority cultures there, and they was both Samoan. There was a couple LGBT alphabet people. A booth set up, but the rest of it was all white folks. I don't know how they define urban arts. I don't know how to define urban arts, but I mean they had some cooler things, but I didn't get any pictures of any of it. I got video of the candy store that we went into. Had some nostalgic candy. That's about it. But okay, so day 2. Well, we went to bed, woke up the next morning. We went to this place called Marmalade for brunch. Baby, this is the best brunch I ever had in my life. And that brunch went hard. I hate to go to brunches and it's all we have is fucking chicken and waffles. Like, this is the only thing that people can think of as a brunch item is fucking chicken and waffles. So first of all, I wasn't excited to go to brunch. We looked at the menu and saw a couple cute pictures. We was like, okay, this looked interesting. We got there. I had a fucking cheeseburger, y'all. A cheeseburger and some southern fried potatoes. I don't know what they did to this damn burger, but they seasoned it to hell. They fucking seasoned it to God. They seasoned the shit out of that burger. The sauce on it, the cheese on it, the bread. Oh, it was like fresh baked bread that they put it's for the bun. It was so damn good. My daughter had French toast with berries, and everybody, as soon as we take every bite, just how we walked outside, looked at the views, like, damn, this view is pretty. Every single bite, we was like, this is really good. Her friend had like sausage biscuits and gravy, but the gravy, I don't know what kind of gravy it was, because it wasn't brown gravy, it wasn't white gravy, it was like an orange color gravy that they homemade. Everything was homemade. They made beignets. It was fucking awesome. That shit was good. They even made their own syrup. It was fire. Oh, marmalade, fire. If you ever got a marmalade, I don't know if it's like a nationwide thing or if that's just central to Salt Lake City, but baby, that fucking brunch was heaven. All the rest of the food in Salt Lake City, nothing to call home about. Nothing to write home about. I ate and it fed me, it nourished me, but it wasn't like, oh, I had to go back and have that. But marmalade, man, I would fly to Salt Lake City. If I got a layover in Salt Lake City, I'm going to get off that plane, because the airport was only like 9 minutes from downtown. I'm going to get off that goddamn plane and go eat in marmalade. That's how good that fucking food was. So we decided to go on a little hike. The little hike turned into a long hike. It was beautiful views again, and it was raining when we started the hike, but we was like, we gonna trudge through, because we out here, we gangsters like that, city girls take it over. Except for her friend she calls herself a little country bumpkin from where she lived. She originally from in Atlanta or Georgia, but we city girls, right? And my daughter complained about us being city girls. We city girls don't do this. We don't do it. We from the city. We from the hood. You know what I'm saying? And her friend was like, you really don't? Have you ever experienced this? No. Never have. But we go up these mountains, baby, and we start to walking. And then it was all uphill from there. The rain stopped, thank goodness. The rain stopped, but now we walking in mud and sludge. And I didn't bring hiking boots, and my daughter didn't bring hiking boots. We just thought we bought some good shoes with some traction, good traction. But what that did, like, my feet wasn't hurting or nothing like that. What it did, though, it built up the mud underneath the soles of the shoe. So I'm sliding in mud. Man, I had so much doggone mud in your foot. If you ever had to walk in sand before, it was so heavy just to get my foot up, because the mud was calling me. Now, we didn't see any wild animals or nothing up there, just a couple lizards, but some beautiful views, some beautiful fucking views. We saw a whole lot of skeletons, so something up there was fucking up another animal. We saw a whole lot of skeletons up there, and we saw a couple houses up in the woods. You know how we feel about houses and cabins in the woods and houses in the woods, and one of them had a red door, so that made me nervous, right? And then the further and further we hiked up, the more closer we got to that damn red house with the red doors. The closer we got to it. So we got to turn back. We got to turn back now. But we determined to make it to the top. We didn't make it up there to their house because the signage was really horrible. You had a sign at the beginning of the path that said there was like 3 different trails. Go this way, that way, that way, right? So we pick a trail and we go that way, and then we about another 20, 30 minutes down, we see another sign that say trails go this way, this way, this way, right? And we pick a trail. Well, evidently one of the trails is a lie, because we picked the trail and we ended up going down this super steep hill. And I'm thinking, it was like, once we started going down, I was like, thank God the uphill battle was over. We finna go back to our car. And everybody like, okay, this is the way to go. We got a family behind us too. The 2 people that was ahead of us, we didn't see them no more, so we figured we were going the right path. We went down that steep ass hill, baby. We ended up in a no trespassing area where they had gas pipelines and everything. And I was like, where the fuck are we? Now, we pinned on my phone where we parked the car. I looked that shit up. We were 3 miles away from the fucking car. And there was nothing around us but fence. Like, this is private property. You can't go through here, no trespassing type fences, right? But the GPS is telling me to go through the left path. The left path was a fence. Now, I probably could have squeezed my big ass through that fence, but I didn't. And plus, only because there was a creek on the other side of the fence, and then we don't know what was on the side. It could have been people with guns out there saying no trespassing. I told you no trespassing. It could have been people on there like that, so we didn't go through there. But I was determined, because the only way to get back to where we is at, or go to it, find another trail, was to go back up that motherfucking hill. At this point, y'all, I'm tired. Every hill we went up, my chest felt like it was about to explode. I was like, I used to be so in shape. I am breathing hard as a mofo. Dog, I'm singing the alphabet. A, B, C, D. I'm hitting every step, every alphabetic letter is when I take a step. And when I get to the end of the alphabet, it says, now I know my ABCs, next time won't you sing with me? That's when I stopped and caught my breath. And I was like, I was breathing hard as a motherfucker. Let me tell you, I didn't think I was gonna make it off that mountain. I wasn't in physical pain. I just couldn't breathe. And every time I looked up, it just seemed like the trail got longer and longer and longer, child, longer. So I think I got like, maybe I thought I was like halfway up the mountain, and I had sung ABCs 3 times. So I look up and I see my daughter and them, they up there waiting on me, and I was like, go on without me, go on without me. I had told them that earlier too, and they actually went on without me, and then when they caught up to them, I was like, yeah, motherfuckers really went on without me. But no, I knew where they was at. I would have turned around and went backwards if I couldn't find them. But we going up this mountain. I get out what I thought was the halfway point. I had sung ABCs 3 times. I look up and I see them, and I tell her, 3 more ABCs, I'm gonna make it up there to y'all. Dog, it took me 10 more ABC songs before I made it to where they was at, and they wasn't even at the top. I was so disappointed when I got to where they was at and didn't realize we still wasn't at the top. But if the other family was behind us, they saw us, struggle to turn back around, so they only made it halfway down. We was all lost, child. Then it took us, my GPS, I have a GPS on, like, okay, we're going to go back down, find this other trail, go down this other trail. And I'm thinking my GPS going to catch up and say, okay, this is the trail to go. No. My GPS was saying, turn your ass around and walk your ass across that fucking creek. That's what the hell the GPS kept saying. It kept saying, you 2.9 miles away. You 2.9 miles away. It told us we was 2.9 miles away from the car for 30 damn minutes. 30 damn minutes. We was 2.9 miles away from that damn car. We finally found the car, child. I was singing the nigga spiritual. I was doing the I have a dream, we shall overcome speech. Oh, now my daughter's friend, if y'all see this in my pictures, it's a picture of Harriet Tubman that randomly pops up in between the pictures. She brought a picture of Harriet Tubman with her, so the ancestors could be with us. And so she attributed the fact that we was able to find our way back out the mountain to Harriet Tubman, said the ancestor was guiding us. Oh my God, I was so relieved. When I put this video together, I gotta put it together to get all this damn footage off this phone. Y'all gonna crack up, because I swear I was like, whoo, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby. Once we got down to the end, though, I finally saw the creek that they wanted us to cross. Oh, hell no. It looked like it was small. It was wide, it was deep, it was nasty. I'm so glad I didn't go that way, because that creek probably would have been wider where they want us to go through it. But I had a time. So for the most part, we saw did some sightseeing. We went to the zoo, which was not worth going to. If you ever in Salt Lake City, that zoo ain't shit. Well, coming from where we come from, you know what I'm saying? She done been in New York City. I lived in St. Louis. St. Louis is the best zoo. St. Louis is the best park, hands down, in the nation to me. You got free zoo. You got all these damn museums, this, that, and other. Everything we went to, every museum we went to was $20, $25. Everything. Which, like, I was fine with paying for the experience, but it wasn't worth it. The planetarium was cool. The planetarium was fun. So we did a lot of that shit. So I'm going to try to put together a video and post it up for y'all. I'm at work now. I think that's about the gist of my trip. We just had a lot of fun. We did the hiking again the next day. We found a beach. We saw the bison. We didn't get to see the antelope. We wasn't down on the floor with the antelope road. We didn't get to go there. But other than that, But other than that, we had a good ass time, and we saw some shit that was interesting enough to enjoy again. I would go back there again. I would go back there again. Uh, but yeah, we saw bison. They got a beach there, y'all, at this Antelope Park, which is about an hour and a half outside of Salt Lake City. We went there and they got a beach, y'all. The beach had sand fleas. Now, if you was ever in the military or you lived like on the East Coast, Southern East Coast, you probably know what a sand flea is. It was, and I was commanding it with my hands. Every time you step, the fleas is. I'm gonna put the video in there so y'all can see it, cause you get to hear it. You can hear the migration of the sand fleas as we walked through to get to the beach water. The beach water was nice and warm and salty, but I didn't get in it. The girls got in it with the ankles. They got in with the ankles. But other than that, child, I feel like I'm forgetting something on her at work. Other than that, child. All right, that's it. I'm gonna get out this video. I think it's something else I wanted to tell y'all. Something else happening with this trip that I wanted to tell y'all about. The big ass 46-inch pizza. I don't remember. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.